Hi, it's Ville here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to talk about Facebook ads or digital ads in general and kind of the targeting and why people probably spend way too much effort or focus around targeting rather than other things that I think matter more. As I'm checking the kind of videos around this topic on YouTube, a lot of them focus really heavily on finding the targeting or mastering the targeting, like it was kind of the magic bullet of success on ads, and I don't think it's like that at all. And in this video, I want to explain a little bit how I see this and what you should really focus your efforts on when you're making ads online. And in the end, I'll share a little hack as well you can use to use your targeting in your advantage in terms of kind of creative ideas. So stay tuned for that, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading more videos like this on weekly basis. So if you want to see them, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload my next video. But yeah, let's move on to the actual topic. So yeah, it's just I think when I talk to my clients and colleagues who do ads, I think quite often people focus so much of their effort into finding the perfect audience and targeting settings, and I think that's somehow going to make a huge difference. I don't think it's that relevant, especially in this age, like with all the privacy changes that are coming with GDPR and other privacy laws. There will be a lot of more restriction on what you can track, and just like if you rely solely on super specific targeting tactics, you're gonna end up kind of ignoring some of the audiences that are outside of that targeting because they don't, for example, just allow they've chosen not to necessarily share all the information that allows you to target them. So rather than spending way too much effort on finding like super tight targeting, I think it's okay to just get it, like be a bit more loose with your targeting and make sure that you're roughly getting the audience you want, and then use your ad copy and just creative in your ads to, like, you can almost like use that as a targeting as well. So imagine like before we had these all these digital advertising options, you would have to buy an ad from like newspaper or radio or TV or whatever. And the first method of targeting is the placement. Like you can choose where you show your ads. And before, like you would choose to advertise on certain magazine, for example, and you know roughly that people who read that, some of them are your target audience. So you want to make your copy and just make your ad creative in a way that it's interesting for that specific group of people who you are trying to target, and that's how it's always been, and it still is. I think we just kind of forgot how important that is with this all of this new technology that allows us to like reach really specific group of people. So yeah, that's like, you can think of your ad creative as well in terms of like how you can target using just how you talk in your ad, and what kind of how you tailor that to your specific audience. And I think quite often people just make one ad and then they fiddle around with targeting like hours, where I think it's way better to use that time to, instead of focusing on your targeting, use that time to create like 10 different ads, and then once you start running those, the data will tell you which one works best for your situation. And once you've kind of found the winner ad that resonates with your audience, then I think after that you can start tweaking with different targeting options if you want to just optimize it a little bit more. But I think like 90% of the time you'll find success with experimenting with your copy and different creatives, rather than focusing so much on targeting. There's not really any magic tricks on how to find the perfect audience, and often at times when you target too much, you're missing out on some people that are your target audience, but that they just, for some reason, you're excluding them from your audience. So yeah, that's kind of I think the main point. But also, like, when you run ads on Facebook or Google or whatever, a lot of that kind of algorithmic stuff behind the scenes, it's actually also making targeting for you. So as long as you know what you want from your ad, if you optimize it for a specific action, like you want clicks to your website or people viewing a website, or maybe there's a specific conversion that you want to happen, as long as you tell the ads platform to optimize for that specific action, it doesn't matter if your audience is a bit wider than it necessarily needs to be, because that algorithm behind the ad will make sure that it just finds more people that are getting that action done. And that's also like sometimes you can't target some groups of people. We've come across some cases where the profile we want to target is such a wide, there's just no way to find that sort of person using the interest targeting methods that, for example, Facebook offers. Like, then it just you just have to go wide and then make the message so specific that only someone who's in that group would actually click on that ad. And then once you get people clicking on that ad and know that they are your target audience, you can then use those as retarget those people with more stuff like that, that's more specific. So you can almost do like a funnel from your ads. So you start with really wide, and with the message you try to get reaction that kind of tells you, okay, these are the people I want, and you can then retarget that specific behavior. You can make a custom audience from people who have liked your previous ad, for example, or clicked your previous ad, and then that's your audience that you are sending more traffic to, or more ads to. So that's one way of also using kind of making your custom audience using from a wider audience, if that makes sense. And yeah, the kind of the bonus trick I would promised in the beginning. When you find your kind of broad audience you want to target, but you want to make it more relevant for them, you can kind of segment that audience into different subsets, combining it with some interest targeting, like for example, like really common ones, like people who are like cats or are dog persons, or like football, or something like this. If you kind of narrow down from this big audience a smaller group that likes football, and you make a special ad for them, that in your ad copy you kind of incorporate some copy or imagery that only someone who likes football would find interesting as well. So that way you can bring like maybe humor or just kind of like entertainment in your message, and make it like less boring. And it's way more relevant to that person because he likes football or has a cat and it's really into animals or whatever, and or maybe someone is dog person specifically likes like pugs or something, and you make you use that as a creative idea in your ad, telling about your product or service in a funny way. That can be really powerful and just get like more engagement and people noticing your ads because they see something that they are for sure interested in, but you're just telling a story through that topic into introducing your product or service. So yeah, that's I think my view on this topic. I think these are going to change quite a lot this year, when it's not too long ago that Facebook had to change some of the pixel settings in terms of how you can track people because of this iOS change, and they're trying to make it work with that one. So there will be a lot of restrictions, and you'll see. I think this year you'll see a lot more. Just I think rules and restrictions on what you can do in terms of cookies and permissions and all that. So I think that's something you should really also pay attention to. Just make sure your pixels and all your kind of privacy policies are complying with all the new stuff. Probably we'll make a video about those things as well, because there's a lot of that stuff in my job. We have to just do a lot of changes on our clients' accounts at the moment, just because of all the tracking needs to be verified in many things. But yeah, if you found this useful, just hit the thumbs up and do consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always change your mind. I'll be posting more videos like this in the coming weeks, so you'll get notified that way. But yeah, until the next video, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.